They never expected you to walk away. They thought you would always be there, waiting, hoping, holding on to the idea that one day they would treat you better. But they were wrong. Because this time, you didn't beg, you didn't explain, you didn't try to make them understand. You just left. And now? Now they can't stop thinking about you. They replay past conversations, wondering when the shift happened. They check their phone, expecting a message that never comes. They assumed they had control, that they could leave and come back whenever they wanted. But when you disappear without a word, something strange happens. It triggers something deep inside them: uncertainty, regret, fear of loss. They start to wonder, did I make a mistake? Did they move on? Were they never as invested as I thought? And that's when the tables turn. Because walking away isn't just about leaving, it's about reclaiming your power. And today, I'll show you exactly why it works, the psychology behind it, and how to do it in a way that makes them chase. If you're ready to stop being an option and start being the one they regret losing, subscribe now, like this video, and let's begin. Why does walking away work? Why does it make them suddenly question everything, rethink their choices, and sometimes even chase after the very person they once ignored? The answer lies in psychology, and it comes down to 3 key factors, each one designed to trigger an emotional shift they never saw coming. 1. The scarcity effect. People want what they can't have. Humans are wired to undervalue what's always available and crave what's rare. It's why luxury brands create exclusivity. It's why people fight for limited edition items. And it's why the second you walk away, they start to feel your absence more than ever. While you were there, they assumed you always would be. They thought they could pull away, take you for granted, test your patience, and you'd still be an option. But the moment you remove yourself from their life, the moment you stop reaching out, stop engaging, stop feeding their ego, that's when they realize what they lost. They feel the shift, they notice the silence, and suddenly, what was once overlooked becomes valuable. But here's the thing, scarcity alone isn't enough. If you truly want to create a lasting impact, it has to be combined with something even stronger. 2. The dopamine crash. Why they feel the loss so intensely. Every interaction with you, every text, every call, every moment of attention was a dopamine hit to their brain. A small surge of validation, a moment of control, the reassurance that you were still there, still available, still invested. But when you walk away, that dopamine supply is suddenly cut off, and their brain starts to panic. This is why they check their phone expecting a message that never comes. This is why they start replaying old conversations, looking for signs they might have missed. This is why they suddenly feel uneasy, even if they were the ones who left first. Because it's not just about missing you, it's about neurological withdrawal. And the stronger their attachment was, the harder the crash hits. They don't know why, but something feels off. Something is missing, and that feeling lingers. But the real shift? It happens when they start questioning themselves. And that brings us to the most powerful trigger of all. 3. The power shift. When the chaser becomes the chase. The moment you stop proving your worth is the moment they start questioning theirs. They thought they had control, that they could walk away whenever they wanted, knowing you'd still be there. But when you leave without a word, when you stop chasing, stop reacting, stop trying, that illusion shatters. And now, instead of feeling secure, they feel powerless. They start to wonder, did I misjudge them? Were they never as invested as I thought? Are they better off without me? And the more they wonder, the more they feel the need to chase. Not because they suddenly love you, but because they can't stand the idea of losing control. This is how walking away flips the entire dynamic. They go from believing they had all the power to realizing they may have lost it completely. But here's the thing. Most people make one critical mistake when walking away. They do it for the wrong reasons. They do it to make someone miss them. But real power, real transformation, it happens when you walk away for yourself. But knowing this isn't enough. If you want to make walking away truly work, you need to do it the right way. Most people fail at walking away because they don't truly commit. They say they're done, but they still check their phone. They act like they've moved on, but secretly hope for a message. They leave physically, but emotionally, they're still stuck. But real power comes when you walk away with conviction. When you stop waiting, stop hoping, stop looking back. Because the truth is, walking away only works when you do it the right way. And that means following 3 unbreakable rules. 1. The cold exit. Leave without warning. Most people announce their departure. They send long paragraphs explaining why they're done. They demand closure, hoping for validation. They try to make the other person understand how much they've been hurt. But here's the problem. When you explain, you give them control. You give them the chance to manipulate, to argue, to twist your words. And worst of all, you show them that you still care. The real power move. Just leave. No explanations, no dramatic farewell, no final conversation. Why? Because closure isn't something you give. It's something they feel. And when you leave without a word, their mind fills in the blanks. They start wondering, why didn't they say anything? They replay every moment, searching for signs. They feel the loss more intensely because they never saw it coming. And that's when regret begins. They might not realize it immediately. At first, they feel in control, thinking you'll eventually come back. But as time passes, something shifts. They expect a text, but none comes. They assume you'll check in, but you don't. And then a thought creeps in, the one they never expected. Did I lose them for good? But leaving is just the first step. If you want to make walking away truly work, you have to do the hardest part. Stay silent. 2. The no contact rule. Stay silent no matter what. At some point, they will reach out. A random text. A call you weren't expecting. A casual, "Hey, how have you been?" And this is where most people fail. They tell themselves, one reply won't hurt. They think, maybe they've changed. They wonder, what if this time is different? But let me be clear, responding resets the entire game. The moment you reply, you give them reassurance. You confirm that they still have a hold on you. You make them feel safe again, like they can come and go as they please. But when you say nothing, the silence eats away at them. They check their phone, waiting for a response that never comes. They overanalyze your absence, trying to make sense of it. They start questioning their decision, wondering if they made a mistake. And the longer you stay silent, the louder it speaks. This is what makes no contact so powerful. Because when you refuse to engage, you take back control. But here's the thing, silence alone isn't enough. If you really want to make an impact, you have to do something even more powerful. 3. The glow up. Become someone they can't ignore. Most people walk away, but they stay the same. They disappear, but they don't grow. They wait in the shadows, hoping their absence alone is enough to make an impact. But a true strategist, they walk away and they transform. They don't just disappear, they elevate. They hit the gym, sharpen their mindset, upgrade their lifestyle. They become so focused on self-improvement that by the time their absence is noticed, they are no longer the same person they once were. Think about it. What's more powerful? Walking away and staying the same? Or walking away and becoming someone they can't ignore? They expect you to be waiting. They expect you to stay stuck in the past, hoping they'll come back. But when they finally look for you, when they check in to see if you're still there, they don't recognize the person you've become. They see someone stronger, more confident, more focused than ever before. And suddenly, they start feeling something they never expected: regret. They realize that the version of you they took for granted no longer exists. They see that you didn't just walk away, you leveled up. 4. The final blow. Let them feel the void. Once they start missing you, they will test you. They will try to re-enter your life in subtle ways. A comment on social media, a random like on an old post, a text that says, "Hey, remember this?" But the most powerful response? No response. Because once you truly walk away, there's no going back. No giving them another chance to hurt you. No reopening a door that should have stayed closed. They made a choice when they let you go. And now they have to live with it. By the time they regret losing you, by the time they finally understand what they had, you'll be too far ahead. But even after all this, there's one final stage, the moment they realize they can never have you back. This is the moment when reality hits them. The moment they realize you're really gone. For the longest time, they assumed you'd always be an option. That no matter what happened, no matter how they treated you, you'd still be there waiting. But now you're just a memory they can't reach. They check their phone, and there's nothing. They scroll through old messages, and the silence feels heavier than ever. And that's when it happens, the regret begins. But why? What triggers this sudden change in their mind? It all comes down to 3 psychological shifts, 3 forces that make them wish they never let you go. 1. The what-if effect, when doubt replaces confidence. In the beginning, they felt confident about their decision. They thought walking away from you was the right move. They told themselves they wouldn't miss you, that you'd be the one regretting everything. But now they're not so sure. Because here's the thing about the human mind. It hates uncertainty. And when you remove yourself completely, when you leave without explanation, you create a mental loop they can't escape. They start wondering, did I misjudge them? What if I was wrong? What if they were actually the best thing that ever happened to me? And that doubt eats away at them. They replay old conversations, searching for signs they missed. They start thinking about the good times more than the bad. They romanticize the past, forgetting why they left in the first place. Because that's how memory works. When something is gone, we tend to remember only the best parts. And the longer you stay silent, the stronger this effect becomes. They thought they had the upper hand, but now, for the first time, they feel uncertain. And uncertainty leads to one thing: obsession. But the regret doesn't stop there. The second shift is even more brutal. 2. The social proof shift, seeing you thrive without them. If there's one thing that shatters their confidence the most, it's this: seeing you thriving without them. They expected you to struggle. They thought you'd be stuck, missing them, waiting for them to come back. But instead, you're leveling up. They see you hitting the gym, looking better than ever. They notice you've stopped posting sad, indirect quotes on social media. They hear through mutual friends that you're doing great, happier, stronger, more confident than ever before. And that's what truly messes with their mind, because now they have to face a truth they never considered. You never needed them. They start questioning everything. Were they always this strong? Did I misjudge their worth? Have they actually outgrown me? And that's when their ego takes a hit. Because deep down, they always believed they were the better one. They thought you'd struggle without them. But now, they're the ones struggling. And nothing haunts the mind more than seeing someone you underestimated become someone you can never have again. But the worst realization, it's when they finally try to come back and the door is locked. 3. The door that never reopens when they know it's too late. This is the hardest realization of all. The one they never saw coming. The moment they reach out and you don't respond. They thought they could come back whenever they wanted, that you'd always be there, waiting. But instead of a warm welcome, instead of an open door, they are met with silence. And suddenly, the full weight of their decision crashes down on them. Their mind races. Did I lose them forever? Are they really over me? Have they moved on to someone better? And the worst part, they don't get an answer. Because by the time they realize what they lost, you're already too far ahead. You're no longer waiting. You're no longer available. The version of you they once knew, gone. And in that moment, they feel something they never expected. Panic. Because now, they have to live with the one thing they can never change, the fact that they let you go. And that regret? That's their burden to carry, not yours. So now the question is, are you ready to walk away and never look back? Walking away isn't about playing games. It's not about manipulation, tactics, or trying to make someone regret losing you. It's about something much bigger, self-respect. It's about knowing your worth, refusing to beg for attention, and never waiting for someone to realize what they had. Because the truth is, if they truly valued you, you wouldn't have to walk away in the first place. 1. The final shift from waiting to winning. Most people spend their lives waiting. Waiting for closure. Waiting for an apology. Waiting for someone to finally see their worth. But what if you stopped waiting? What if, instead of hoping they'll change, you focused on changing yourself? Because here's the harsh truth. They will only regret losing you if you stop making them the center of your world. They will only miss you if they feel your absence in a way they never expected. And that only happens when you stop looking back. Not out of spite, not out of revenge, but because you've realized that your future is more important than their regret. 2. The power of choosing yourself. Walking away isn't just about them, it's about you. It's about reclaiming the energy you wasted on people who never deserved it. It's about focusing on your own growth, your own success, your own evolution. It's about choosing yourself fully, unapologetically, and without hesitation. Because the moment you stop needing their validation is the moment you become unstoppable. They will feel it. They will notice the shift. They will sense that something is different. And that's when their regret becomes real. Not when you chase, not when you beg, but when you disappear and thrive. Because nothing haunts a person more than watching someone they underestimated become someone they can never have again. 3. The no return rule. The door stays closed. They will try to come back. Maybe they'll test the waters with a casual text. Maybe they'll send an apology, hoping to undo the past. Maybe they'll wait until they see you at your best, and then suddenly miss you. But here's where most people fail. They let them back in. They entertain the conversation. They get curious. They wonder, what if? But let me ask you this. Do you really want to reopen a door that life already closed for you? Do you really want to go back to someone who only values you after you're gone? Do you really want to waste your time on someone who didn't see your worth when they had the chance? Because the real power move isn't making them regret it. It's realizing their regret is irrelevant. You've already outgrown them. You've already moved on. And if they didn't see your value before, they don't deserve a second chance now. Let them sit with their own choices. Let them carry their own regret. But you keep walking. If you're ready to reclaim your power and master the psychology of walking away, subscribe now. And if you're committed to never looking back, leave a comment. I choose myself. In the next video, I'll show you how to make them chase you using reverse psychology. Don't miss it.